it's fun to run. We want to thank you for tuning in today. This is BizChicks TV. And for everybody watching live or on the replay, we appreciate you doing so. Today, we are going to be talking about give them your best and see what happens. But who is them? So TJ from Terry Johnson Online, she's got another outstanding discussion for us. So grab a paper and a pencil, join the conversation, and let's get started.
Terry. Hello, everybody. How are you doing on another fabulous Tuesday? We're back with the BizChicks because, you know, we're here every day at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm glad everyone is here. The live people, we're glad you're here. If you're here right now live, give us a shout out. Say, hey, I'm here, or put down whatever you want in the comments so we know that you are here, and to make sure that you can hear and see and everything is looking great, because we don't want to start talking and then there's no sound or some kind of technical issue. Also, to the replay viewers, welcome. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're watching. And again, you can still put in your comments, your questions, your opinions, because this is a discussion. You know, we're here to talk about certain topics, and it's mostly social media, digital marketing. It could be anything newsworthy that is surrounded by social media, digital marketing. So please put your comments in the comment section too. So just because you're watching a replay, you know, you still got to participate, because that makes it more fun. It's a live show. So if we're here talking to each other and there's no commentary from the audience, then it's pretty much, I mean, you could just record that, right? Just record that. So we like to have audience participation, and we want to know what you're thinking, especially about the topic that we're going to talk about. So also, please share this out to your friends, your list, your feed, whoever you think may want to watch this or may get some benefit from the information we're giving out today. Okay, so let's get started. So I titled this, Give Them the Best. And who is them? So, you know, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the small is the new big, and the fact of the audience, that you don't have to have a large audience in order to have a successful online business or brand, or, you know, whatever you're doing online. You don't have to have a large amount of people. And then last week we talked about the word of mouth, which was the old school marketing where, you know, you're wowing them, and your business and your brand is so great that people can't help talk about you. But I read an article, and actually it's an older one. It's not like anything that came out this week, but it's from Mark Schaefer. And I like to go to his website and read all of his articles and things that I may have missed. And we talked about Mark before. He's a marketing consultant. He's done business with IBM and Dell and all those big corporate names. And he's written some books. He's written a book called Known, which is about being known. And we talk about that here. And he's got other stuff about Twitter and content marketing. So he talks a lot about marketing strategy and principles and different things you need to do. So his article that he wrote, and I want to pull up the title. I'm not sure the date because his article doesn't have dates. I think it was maybe earlier this month or last month, but it's called While the Future of Content Marketing is Revealed in Game of Thrones. Now, don't get upset because this Game of Thrones, we're not going to talk about the show. He mentioned that show. If you're not familiar with it, it's this hit show on HBO that the whole world was wild for, and it's going into its last season. So he just mentioned that show as an example of being superior and being the best, because, you know, there is in this social. Let's take a look back. So social media, we started really 2007. It really kind of started around there with Twitter and South by Southwest and Meerkat and Periscope and all these other social media platforms. And people went wild with it, that it was, you know, we had apps and on our phones, and we've just gone crazy with Facebook and everything. And it's just recently in the last, I'd say since 2003, maybe 2013, that it really started to be switched to where social media was we're using it for business, like getting really serious down to it. So now he's written about content, which is just, you know, the stuff that you post online, that it was going to be too much of it. And there was no way to be seen, because one, you know, and this is how it works. When something becomes popular, it gets crowded, right? So it gets harder for someone who's new to social media or new to content marketing or new to digital marketing or putting their stuff online. You can get discouraged because you go, wow, I can't break through all of the clutter because this big person has all of the market share, or, you know, everybody's following this person and nobody's going to listen to me. But that's not true. And we've said that here before, that if you give your message the way that you're supposed to give it, and you know what you're talking about, and you're giving value, and it's relevant information that an audience may want. And that's what we were saying about the small is the new big. You don't have to have 100,000 people in your audience. If it's a core group of people that want the information that you're providing, and you're knowledgeable about it, and it's valuable content, it's just not, you know, I always say that you shouldn't post on social media just to post. And I see these posts and they make me angry. Oh, the 5 perfect things to put in a post. And it's because people want to guarantee some kind of success. But if you're putting out mediocre content, it doesn't matter how many times you post. Nobody cares, because I don't care about the little thin content that you're putting out, or the little crumbs that you're putting out instead of putting out a steak. So that's what I mean by giving them, the audience, your customers, giving them the best of what you have, instead of going, okay, well, I really want them to pay for the sirloin steak, so I'm going to give them a little crumbly old dried up hamburger, and that's going to entice people. And that's not how it works. So when I say giving your best, you give the best knowledge, your best product, your best service. You want to give out the best, because you want the audience to be enchanted, thrilled. They're going to be happy with you. That's a part of the word of mouth we were talking about last week. But this is how you get through the noise, because you're the best. And you don't have to be the best. You can be the best in your topic, your niche.
Yes.
Be the best in there. But it also goes to your level of knowledge, what you know about your business, your brand. Like, I know everything. That you can talk confidently about it. You can put that into words, and that's where copywriting comes in, where you can put that message and convey it to the people that need to hear it. So that's really what you need to do. You don't need to be, and this is where he was saying about the Game of Thrones, the TV show, because it's a great show, great writing, great production, top-notch actors and actresses. They go locations around the world. They spare no expense. It's like the most expensive, I think it's the most expensive show HBO has ever had, but it is the most popular that they have. So he brought that up to say that you want to be like the Game of Thrones in your niche, in your industry, but you don't want to be everybody can't be number one, but you can try to be the best in the area that you're in, the topic that you know, and the knowledge and the information that you're giving, because he said that there's so much content. And we said this here before, that people have busy lives. They have families, they have jobs, they have families to take care of. They have things they have to do. They have church meetings, choir practice, shopping with the kids, taking the kids to soccer, you know, all of those things. So you're trying to get that kind of person's attention. And that's pretty much everybody. We got a lot of things going on. So you're trying to get in between that, and if they want to watch TV or they want to play video games, you got to try to fit in there somehow. So how do you do that is what he's saying. You have to have relevant information, and it has to be superior. It has to be superior information. So you cannot put up just posting, and I said this to everybody before about Instagram. You don't just post because, well, it's Instagram and I got to post every day. That's not how it works. You want to post the best photo you can that's relevant to your topic, your niche, always, however you want to say it. There's 2 ways to say it. But you want to get those people that are going to pay attention to what you have to say. And it may be a small group of people. It may not be 1 million people. And you got to make sure that you're okay with that. And you have to have the confidence to say, I know what I know, and I'm the best at this, or I'm the best at that, and I know it, and I'm going to get online and either do a live video, or I'm going to do a blog post, I'm going to do a podcast, or I'm going to go on Instagram. But you're going to know your strength, so you have to play to your strength. So you have to have the knowledge, you have to play to your strength, you have to know your audience, and you have to be confident. You have to know all of those things and put them together. And it sounds like a lot of work, because it is. It is a lot of work. So it's not, I see these people, passive income, do this and set this, set it, forget it. That's not how it works. It's not ever going to work like that. I mean, you may get, some people get successful off of that, but guess what? They're selling a system to you. So they're not really getting, success or rich off of that. They're getting successful off of selling the system to you, and you buy it. So it's really no passive income, set it and forget it. You really have to do the work if you want the success that comes from it. And a lot of people, a lot of influencers say that online. And Gary is one of them. And we talk about him. I feel like we talk about him so much, so I'm just going to say he's one. And, you can follow him or not. There's others that say the same kind of thing, that you have to put out relevant, valuable information to the right audience at the right time. That's really what marketing is. Yes. Being in the right place at the right time with the thing that the market wants. That's what marketing is. So it doesn't change from, say, the TV show Mad Men and advertising. You saw how that worked. Well, that still works today. You have to get an audience that you have to know what they want. You have to give them the right thing, and you have to put it in front of them and make them see it. And I'll give you an example, like my cat. Like if I'm cooking something that I know that she likes, she can smell it, because, animals have a heightened sense of smell. But when she comes in, she doesn't see where it is, because she's so entranced by the smell. So I have to kind of like put my finger down and go, okay, it's right there. So that's kind of like marketing. Like there's the smell of the roast, and you smell it, but you're not, okay. You have to guide them to it. So that's basically what it is. And I really wanted to talk about that as a part of, we've been talking about the small audience and the word of mouth, and really all of those things that you can do before you get to paid advertising. Because, if you can do paid advertising, and that's going to get you a couple steps ahead. But I always like to say, try out the work first. People always want to circumvent the work. And I don't want you to circumvent the work.
Yeah, I think you really do need to, and then you got to figure out, where are the people that want your stuff? Where do they hang out? Right. And if you don't know that, well, now you have another job. You got to go figure out where that is. You have to find out what it is that you've hopefully you've already done the research and found out what they wanted. And now you have to go set up shop in that neighborhood.
Right. Exactly. And then you have to know it has to be valuable. I think that's the key that we all forget, that it's content, but it has to be valuable.
So the first thing is the cookies need to taste good.
Oh yeah.
Before you even.
And they got to taste good.
Before you even do that, okay, so we're assuming that your product is good and it brings value and it's helping the people that it's supposed to help. So all that stuff is a check. Those boxes should be checked before you even start doing the, now you need to get attention. Like, hello, I'm over here. We have cookies.
Exactly.
So that hello, I'm over here is your social media. It's you, giving them a sample of what it is, because normally, like I think it was the other day you talked about this, where you get samples when you go to the grocery store.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. I mean, it's word of mouth marketing. It's a lot of things, those samples, when you go to the grocery store on the weekends and they have paid people there that are, Barb says she's not getting audio. Mayanna, if you're still here, let me know, because Mayanna said hi. But that's how you get attention to a new product. You have to give out free samples, because like I said, people are busy, they're living lives, and they have their favorite products. How do you get in front of them? You're going to have to be where they are, the grocery store, the supermarket, on a Saturday. Okay, thanks, Mayanna. She says I can hear. You have to be where they are. You have to have what they want, and you have to give it out for free. I don't know why we have this discussion all the time, and people, I mean, I see it everywhere with different influencers, and they're saying like, you have to be in the spot. That means a blog post. That means a podcast. That means a live show. That means whatever way that you decide that you want to give out the content based on your strength. Your strength. So if you're a great writer, blog post. If you're not a great writer and you love to talk, your thing is going to be a podcast. So you can't sit there and go, well, I'm not going to do it because no one's going to watch me because they're all watching Social Media Examiner, or they're watching Gary, or they're watching Mark Schaefer, or whomever it is, the big fish you think in your section that they're not listening to, but they are.
Okay, so Terry, I hear something else. You have to believe in you, and you have to believe that what you are sharing is valuable. If you don't believe in you, no one else is going to believe in you.
How are you going to sell it if you don't believe it? And Zeph is here. Hi, Zeph. I was watching Zeph's live show today, and they were talking about this, being yourself and live streaming on a live show. You have to be yourself. And then, we were saying, I told Zeph, I said, I love that she's herself.
Yep.
She tells her story. That's what keeps me there with her, because I'm like, wow, she's telling her story. She's engaging. She's happy. And she's telling her story of beating cancer and doing this. And then some people don't want to hear that. But hey, those people, they can go somewhere else. Just like you have TV shows. Mm-hmm. Some people like Game of Thrones, and that's why we brought it up. Some people like another show. Whatever's popular. Is it This Is Us? I've never watched it, but there are some people that are fans of that, and they go ravenous online about it. But that's what it is, that you are supposed to be you, bringing value, doing what you're doing in the same spot. Yep. Whether it's 5 people or 1,000. You may get to the 1,000, but you have to keep it up.
Well, you got to start with the 5 to get to the 1,000.
Yeah. But see, that's what it is. People go, well, I only had 5 people, and so-and-so got 1,000 or 3,000. Or like Mario Armstrong with his show. He just won an Emmy a week, I think it was last week. But I was there when he first started. He didn't have anybody. He had to use his own money to cut the pilot in. I think he said he was in some studio. Rachel Ray was her studio. He spent his money to do that, to cut the pilot, to show people, and then to take that and to turn it into his first season where he was in a smaller venue and he had to spend all of his money, but it was a quality. He was putting out a quality product. He only did, I think, maybe 6 episodes, but that 6 episodes turned into something where the next season 2, he was with NASDAQ. So he moved up. And he's with Al Roker Entertainment. And then also he did this last season with NASDAQ, and it was an even better show. He upped the production value and also the guests and what he was talking about. And now he submitted for an Emmy, which he said he was going to do from day one. He said, I'm going to submit for an Emmy. So he ended up doing that. And you can see all this on his Instagram. He documented everything. So that's what I'm saying. You start out with nothing, or you start out with discouragement, because he said, and this is Mario's is contributed to the Today Show, so he knows the producers there and all the on-air talent, hold the copy, So he went to them with the idea of the show. They didn't want to hear it because they didn't understand his vision. But that could have discouraged him, but it didn't. So he said, listen, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to put my own money in it. I believe it, and I got other people to believe it. But he went online on live video on Periscope and talked about the ups and the downs and got people to believe in him because he was being transparent, he's being himself. So now he started out with a show where he had a couple thousand, and it ended up, I think his last season, he's got like 500,000 views per episode. And he, wow. He was like, he knew he could do it, but he was saying like the second season, he was like, oh, I hope I can get 300,000. I'm was like, Mario, you're going to get double that. You're going to get double that. I was like, you're inside of the bubble, so you don't see what we see. But you can tell that he put his all into it, his passion, his money, his everything. And so when you do that, the people will come. And you hear this, that saying, oh, if you build it, they will come. No, it's not the building of it. It's the value. It's the consistency. It's the transparency. It's the people that buy into the thing that you're doing. All of that, they will come.
Yep. And Barb said it may only take 5 people. It's the right 5 people. Mm-hmm. And I want to say hi, Tim. Right. Tim Gillette is watching with us today. Hey. It takes you connecting with those 5 people before you're going to get to 10. Or you'll come in because you could quit.
You could quit, and people do. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
If you don't want to do it, then okay, if you want to quit. But if this is something that you're passionate about and what you want to do, then you're going to put all of it in there. Or you're just going to walk away. This is yours. Do you believe it enough to do it?
And, this gets to the point where people want success. And I'm going to bring up Beyonce because, it's not about whether you like her or not. I'm just looking at her story that she comes out with her set all done and everything done for perfection. Well, not perfection because she has some things, but I mean, the planning of it, the thought process of it. This is what I want to do. And her own mother told her, don't do that because the audience is not going to understand. But she said no, because she knows her audience. Yep. She said, no, they will understand. And they did. So it's a part of, knowing the audience, knowing who you are, being talented, bringing value. All of those things rolled up into one. And Michael Jackson was like that too. We wanted to talk about entertainers.
But
all of the both entertainers were like that.
They went all in.
Perfectionism. As perfected as they could get.
Yep.
They didn't roll. You hear the music icon lifestyles. They party till 3 o'clock in the morning and go to bed and then do. But you have those that go, okay, I'm going to practice 11 hours a day. I'm going to do this until I get it right. Because I want it to be as perfect. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but I want it to be 99.999. So you have those people that have that work ethic, that work attitude with the talent, and there's nothing that really will stop them because they put all in. They went all in because they want to be success.
Yes.
And if you don't want to be I don't know how to, it's just, some people want the success without the work is what I'm saying. And you have to put in the work. There's no calling it in. There's no set it and forget it. There's no, I'm going to buy this system that somebody's selling that's guaranteed 6-figure income. Guaranteed? Yeah. No, it's not guaranteed. You have to put the work in. So you have to give your best, and it may involve you giving something up for free or talking for free. And like I said, in the case of Mario, he got online and talked about this, that, and the other, answered people's questions, helped people in the audience, all kind of things, because that's the kind of person he was. He wasn't doing it because, well, I'm going to get something out of this. No, he just did it. And like I said, the people that see the real you online and what you're trying to accomplish, they will follow you and help you out. They will do it. That's just how human nature is. And the ones that don't, that's not your audience. They're not for you. So just let that go.
So your passion has to lead.
Yes. Your passion in having the talent, having the work ethic, I guess we want to talk about work ethic.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people who didn't have talent, but they worked hard.
Right. So what do you need all of those things. It's not just about if someone is rehearsing for a concert for 11 hours a day. That doesn't really mean anything without the talent.
Yeah, if you can't sing, okay, yeah, if you can't sing and you rehearsing 11 hours a day and you still can't sing, okay, that may not work.
I mean, really, you have to think it. And Janelle, thank you. Oh, I just lost her. I was looking at the comments.
I see it. It says, thank you, Janelle. Thank you so much. She says she loves our live sessions.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
We will be here Monday through Friday.
Yeah, we're here all Monday through Friday, the same time, consistently giving value. Today, we're talking social media, digital marketing, anything that has to do with getting you closer to success for your business, because people want to have successful businesses. But there are things you have to do. And there are a lot of people out there that will tell you, buy this system, you'll have 6 figures, or set it and forget it, passive income. Now, the passive income thing is, there is something called passive income, but it's work behind it. It doesn't run by itself.
No, okay. The passive income requires that you set up something. That you've done the work ahead of time. So now on the back end, it's automated, but it's still not. It's been set up. Do you understand what I mean? You still have to put in work. Like there was a lady who she teaches an Instagram course, but I'm looking at she had something, sign up for the course. It's a free presentation, so I signed up for the free presentation. But what I looked at was the work that she put into that. She had to do the videos for each part of that. She had to do her slides. She had to do all of the work. And then she had to explain, how you get frequently asked questions. She went through the frequently asked questions and she videotaped answers to the frequently asked questions. And then if you had a question about that, so she had put in a whole bunch of work. When I look at somebody's stuff, I always look at, okay, what did they do? She spent a lot of time putting together that whole package to help you do better on Instagram. It wasn't just, okay, I'm going to get this person's product and I'm just going to do what they did.
Right.
She didn't copy somebody. She might have looked at their the model that they used, but she had to do the work for her stuff.
Right. She had to do the work. It doesn't just fall out of the sky, or I don't know what some people are thinking, that okay, content marketing, I'll just set up an Instagram and a Twitter and Facebook, and I'll just post stuff day after day of junk, and it doesn't mean anything. And then they get mad because, well, nobody's looking at my stuff, or nobody's watching my live, or no one's commenting, because you're not putting up anything of work. So there's always this fear that, okay, if I don't post every day, they're going to go away. But if they're there for you, they come when you're there. Like I said this morning with Zeph, I have the notifications for her page. So when she goes live, it pops up, I'm there. If I'm not in the middle of something else, I'm popping over and I'm getting in the conversation and putting in my 2 cents.
Correct. And Mayana says, my dad told me, if at first you don't succeed, try playing second.
There you have it. And then she also said, I want to put this up. She said about got to put in the work.
Yeah, you do.
Put that comment up.
And to do the work, Barb says, do the work up front to generate passive income from your efforts. And she put passive in quotation because it's really not passive income. You had work for that.
Exactly. You have to do the work. But there's this attitude of, I'll just post stuff at the right time. There's all of these, the list, 10 ways to get the perfect post. This, and then they go, well, okay, you have to post on Facebook between this hour and that hour, or you have to post on Instagram between this hour and that hour. And like I said before, on my Instagram, I posted it was like 12:43 p.m. a.m. I'm like, there's no way anybody gonna, and I woke up and it was like boom, boom, boom. But that's what I'm saying. You're posting what your audience wants to hear, what they need to know. If you know what they need to know and you got the answer, post it anytime. They're going to find you because they're following you because you have the answer or you have the knowledge or you're bringing the value. And they know how to find you. And you're putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself out like consistently, once a week or every day, whatever time limit you set, whatever consistency you want to put on it. That's up to you. So if you don't do every day, if you do once a week, then you know the rest of the week, promote what you did that one day. Promote what you did. Like we do the live here. We could take this and chop it up into little video clips and promote it for the rest of the week.
Yep.
Just one piece of content. We can take this and make a podcast. And we've done that. Or you can do a live, and I've done this. I did a test with Anchor. I did a live on my page. I opened up Anchor, and I did both at the same time. So I had two pieces of content, and I just did one thing. So it's not about the perfect time to post. I hate when I see those articles. I hate it. Oh, the perfect time. There's no perfect time if you know the audience, you know your audience, you know what they want, you're there consistently, you're giving value, and you don't have to be on 100%. Maybe you got an off day. You can say, listen, I got an off day. We're going to talk about something, whatever. But you let them know up front. Or you say, well, you do a little something. I'm really not feeling it right now today, and I'm just going to post this little thing saying I'll be back next week. It's just about being upfront and honest and transparent and being yourself. Really, that's the key.
And engaging with the audience that you have.
Yeah.
The best way to get new customers is take care of the ones you already have.
Oh, yeah. Because it costs, what was it? Is it the saying it costs 7 times more to get a new customer? I think I read that somewhere.
It made you, look, I know a while back, it used to take 4 touches.
Yeah.
To get to reach somebody. It's now 16.
Wow.
Before they decide to do business with you. It may take you 16 touches right now.
And let's talk about the touch. The touch, when Fran says the touch, she means the interaction between you and that person or that audience. How many times do they see you and know who you are?
I have something that, okay. So Gary V, you know how busy he is, right?
Uh-huh.
So my birthday was yesterday. I got a text from him.
Really?
Yes, wow. I did. I was like, whoa.
Impressive.
Now, how many times have you got your system set up where you reach out and say happy birthday to your followers?
And it's easy to do. And how many followers does he have? I mean, we know he has a team. Yes, we know that. But most of the time it's him. And if it's his team, they have their own Twitter. They have their own Instagram. It's called Team Gary V. So if it's coming from them, you'll know. But if it's coming from him, you'll know. But he will go through his feed. He will go through his Twitter. He will look on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. He will do all that personally. And that's where he works. I mean, you have a team, yes, but they're doing the mundane. Anybody can do the mechanical part of it. He's doing
the interactive. So here's
the interaction, the presence of him.
So I'm going to read this. It says, hey, Francine, what's up? It's Gary V. Just wanted to wish you the best birthday ever. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. 7:57 a.m. And I'm like, okay, I know how it was done. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he still did it is the thing. He still did it with all the millions of people who follow him. He made me feel special out of all those millions. I'm like, okay, can I do that? When you're talking about give them your best, right? Mm-hmm. Remembering somebody's birthday is giving them their best.
Exactly. The personal touch. The personal touch. And remember, you told the story about you went to the game in Sacramento.
The Kings game.
And you had the personalized, what was it? The personalized
handwritten note. Because we had bought the tickets And so I got to my seat, and there was a handwritten note saying, thank you for purchasing the tickets. There was a t-shirt. Everybody got a t-shirt. But anyway, it was a handwritten note from her and looking forward to, the season, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa.
It's the little things like that. And we did a whole show before Christmas about, showing your appreciation to your customers during the holidays. And we mentioned those personalized touches, and, you may want to mail them a card. Who gets cards in the mail? I mean, everybody tries to do stuff electronically now, and, you got bots doing. Sometimes you want to take it a step back and go old school and do a handwritten note, a handwritten letter. If you're doing orders for people, you might want to do a personalized handwritten note. Thank you for, doing business with us, or thank you for ordering this, whatever. I hope it brings you happiness. But that kind of conversation has to be, the audience, what kind of interaction you have with them, and you have to use the language that they.
You just said something very key. You have to know your audience.
We say it all the time here.
You don't. If you don't know them, you don't. How do you get to know somebody?
They're guessing. I think people are out there guessing.
They're guessing. So you know how you get to know somebody? By spending time with those somebodies. You have to actually spend time with them. Going back and forth and talking to them. Chris Cubby, I'm just going to call him Chris Cubby because I don't know his whole name.
Carbonist, but he goes by Cubby.
Okay, so you got to say thank you for following. You have to talk to the people, interact with them on all of these platforms. It's not just, let me see how many people are, a notch on your belt, so to speak. It's how many people are you talking? Are you, what is the word? Are you connecting with them, engaging with them, and having dialogue and conversation? When they come over to your house, which is your platform, do you make it welcome?
Yep. Are you saying hi? Are you
Thank
putting
you for stopping by?
That help. You want to be helpful, and a lot of people aren't in this mindset, and that's okay. But if you truly want to be successful online and get that attention and gather up an audience, people that really want to listen to you, and perhaps down the line buy when you set that funnel up, but you're going to be helpful and give them what they need. And then you and I hate that word funnel, but that's the only way to describe it. A funnel is just when they go to your website and you take their email address. That's a simple funnel. But there's other complicated ones where it's all about, retargeting and, card bank, all of that stuff. But before you get to all of that, you need to build a rapport. You need to be real. That's what I said about Zeph this morning. That's her. I mean, she's being herself. She's not coming on being a reporter or an actress or, with the script. And you can tell that right away when you see that. Hey, Curtis. Curtis is here.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you.
So you were talking about building the rapport. You build rapport by talking to people.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yourself. Hey, what do you do when you go to networking events? What do you do when you go to Social Media Examiner World or Social Media Week or any of these other conferences? When you go there, what do you do to people? Hi, I'm so-and-so. How are you? Oh, I read your post on this and that, or I heard your podcast, and I thought this X, Y, and Z about it. And what do you think about this? And you start talking because you have to know something about that person.
So I'll tell you what happened. We've been following Tim Gillette when he was on, where were we? Blab somewhere. Anyway, and so we had been following him, and I get his newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was in town here. Oh, wow, Tim Gillette's in town. Well, how do I know he was in town? Because I followed he was tweeting or texting or something and said he was in the Sacramento area doing a workshop. We're like, well, hey, Tim, want to get together for coffee? I mean, come on. You see all these people online all the time, and then we actually have an opportunity to meet him in person. He texted back and we had coffee. Me and Terry and Tim. I was like, wow. And it was great. He's just as cool online as he is in person.
I don't doubt it at all, because we've seen him on Blab, we've seen him on Facebook. That's him. He's being, getting on saying, what he has to say. And there's some people that may not like, but that's them. So it's a channel. Turn it. Go somewhere else and go listen to someone else who you want to listen to. Same thing with this show. If you're not into, talking about business and marketing and branding your business and building a business that's fun to run and all the things we talk about, then there's other places to go on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. There's other places. YouTube doesn't, you don't have to spend your time where you don't want to, because like I said, you're busy.
There are choices.
Yeah, you're doing things. So go where you want to spend time, be with the people that you want to spend time with, and either learn something or give your opinion or ask a question. All of those things. Go someplace where it's you feel like it's helpful.
So here's something else I would say. So for instance, we have Walmart here. Now I don't go to Walmart every day, but when I go, if they told me that they're going to be open from this time to this time, I expect when I get ready to go that they're going to be open from this time to this time. So they still need to be ready, because they said, we have what you want. And so I need to be ready. Right?
You need to be ready. I like that. You need to be ready.
Just because they didn't they didn't buy anything from you today or the other day or whatever, they're not ready yet. But when they're ready, they've already put it in their mind. Okay, I'm going to go back to Walmart and get that thing I saw.
And didn't we say the same thing on Friday about Starbucks, about the situation with the two men sitting there, and the fact that Starbucks allows people to come in?
Yes.
Because the cafe situation is open, and they, like I said, you can ask for free water. They have free water. You can come and use the Wi-Fi. That's what it's there for. You can buy a drink, but it's not an obligation. You may come the next time because you had such a warm and friendly experience, hopefully. With the staff and everybody in there. You go, I'm going back in there, and next time, I'm ready to write a book or do this or something or work. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to order a venti, this, that, whatever you want to order. Or I'm going to get a salad or a sandwich. But for Starbucks to say, well, you can't come in to sit down and do anything, that's kind of like closing the door on future business, and they don't do that.
No, they don't. They welcome you. Hi, and you go in there and you sit down, and if you like TJ said, sometimes I go in there and I just need a place to be quiet, or not quiet because it's normally
work or write or whatever
to do something.
There's no one at the door saying, what do you want? You have to come in and buy something. No one's saying that there. And this is also with Walmart. That's why they have the greeters. Because people are coming to a big store and they may get lost and not know what they want, or they have something specific in mind, and the person can tell them, oh, it's aisle whatever.
Correct.
And you go, oh, thank you, you're so helpful. I'm going to shop in here again. That kind of thing.
And that's really interesting that you brought that up, because I do real estate. When I do an open house, I am not hawking the people all around the house. They know what a bathroom looks like. They know what a kitchen looks like. You let the people go and look. If they got questions, they will come back, because, and they would know if this house is for them or not. Right. I don't need to hawk you.
And for you to do that, that would be a turnoff.
Correct.
Because they're there to look. Realize what stage your customer is in. If it's knowledge and they don't know you, then that's the part where you're doing stuff on social media, or you're doing a podcast or whatever, and you're giving out information and letting them see you. Like I said with Mario, he was doing the periscopes and stuff. When Periscope first came out, he was doing it to let people know who he was. And he would always say, hey, I'm Mario Armstrong. I'm contributor to the Day Show, I'm the entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. And anytime he was doing something that he could show, he would always show it on Periscope. And then he started talking about what he was doing. And he's doing the talk show to help people, with their entrepreneurial dreams and to grow and to learn things and get their dreams accomplished. That was the show was about. And he would talk about the process. And it was, like I said, it's not where you sit down and go, well, okay, I got to tell a story once upon a time. Or let me start with this. It's just you talking.
Yep.
And the more you talk to the camera, the more you just, okay, whatever. Now, like we said this morning, you have to know what to share with the audience. But if you know your audience, you know how much to share and what to share. So he didn't share everything with us, but pretty much he did. Everything that was not too personal with his family and everything. He talked about his wife and his son. So we know a lot about his family, but that's because that's the kind of person he is. So that's not for everybody. If you're not that kind of person, you don't have to do that. You don't have to show your family or show, you don't have to do that. You can keep it straight business, but be yourself.
Yes. But the people want to know you because we always want to know who we're doing business with.
Right. And you don't have to come on and, like I said, be a news anchor or put on an act. Well, they're looking for somebody gorgeous or somebody genius. No, we're looking for whatever you got to say. What's your message? And how well do you know it? And what do you know? And is it of value to someone? It could be about the most boring thing, but if you're coming on and being consistent, if you're doing live and you're being consistent, there's going to be an audience. It may be small, but they'll be looking for what you're talking about. Yeah,
just be consistent and be there when they're come looking for you. Oh, I got some time today. So let's go watch Terry and Fran. You may not be able to come in here every day because you're working your business, but if you have time, we appreciate you stopping in.
Exactly. And watching the replay. I love that too. Like I said, you put the comments in, you put the question in, the opinion, whatever. We're coming back and looking at it, liking it, answering it and stuff like that, because that's what we do.
Yep.
I mean, it's not rocket science, and people are making it hard because I think they're trying, like I said, with the perfect post. Oh, this is the perfect thing. They're trying to get the success by hitting the mark. Like, oh, it has a title. It has 7 keywords. It has 300 words or 1,000 words. It has a photo in the right on the bottom. And that's not the key to it. You can come on and be messy. It can be unorganized. But if you are knowledgeable, there's value and consistency, and you're putting the message out there and it's connecting. You can be messy. It doesn't have to be
perfect. It's imperfectly perfect.
Right. Because we've got this nonsense with the numbers and the this and the that. I mean, not nonsense, but that you're focusing on the wrong thing. Instead of building the audience, you're looking at the numbers. And you can have 10,000 followers on Twitter, but if only one person responds when you put out a call to action for them to do something, you put out a poll or you put something out where you want a response and you only get 1 or 2 people out of 10,000. I mean, that pretty much said something right there.
Yeah.
But if you got a smaller, under, say, 1,000 people that's following you on Twitter and they're genuinely following you, I mean, not that follow for follow mess, I hate that, but that comes with the territory. But if you got a group of people that are following you and they're liking your stuff or retweeting or responding or commenting, that's worth more than saying, I've got, the 40,000 on Instagram, but only got 100 likes. That's not good. Not good at all. Versus I got 300, 400, 500 followers, but I've got like 50% of the followers is likes on everything that you post, that you're getting the engagement back. So, it's that, and that's my opinion. There's some people that go, oh, well, if you don't have 100,000, you can't be an influencer, or if you don't have this number, you can't do that. And we're here to say no. Nope, not at all.
If you're going to have big numbers, you want big responses from those big numbers too. You don't just want the big numbers. And there are still people out there trying to sell you, I can get you followers. Really?
It's a system. It's a system that they are selling you. That's how they get successful. They sell you the system that they made up. And
yes,
that's what they're doing.
Or you pay $14.95 and you can have 500,000 followers too. Really?
But
you don't know them.
For you.
They don't know you.
What are those followers that you bought doing for you?
They don't know you.
Nope.
And if you are going to go out there, follow somebody, go take the time, like TJ says, sometimes to spend 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, go follow somebody who's interested in you or in who you're interested in, and then follow them back. And if you're interested in what they are in, what they do, you follow them back. But you go out there.
Yeah, and Patricia says it's okay to be yourself. I wanted to mention that that's what it is. It's okay to be yourself.
It really is.
That's what it is. I'm glad that she posted that, because that's it in a nutshell. What else is there to say? There's no manufacturing the perfection. I guess we could say that. There's no it's not a Lego set of, okay, you got everything in the right spot. How come people aren't responding, or people aren't commenting, or they're not sharing, or they're not talking to me? But I put everything in the right spot. Everything's connected the right way. Is a perfect post.
But there is no perfect post. Because you're not perfect. The people are not perfect. But what you're saying and what you're sharing is going to help somebody. It is a post of value. Mm-hmm. Your hair could be out of place. Oh my gosh, my curl is not right. Oh, I don't have my eyebrow just quite right. Okay. They're not looking for that.
That's why it's live streaming. It's not the network news, TV news. It's not a TV production. It's not an NBC, ABC show that they spent millions of dollars. It's you coming on and talking to the audience. Hey, I read this article today and I really want to share it with you because I think it's going to help because it says X, Y, and Z. And then you break it down. Just like I did today. I'm talking about Mark Schaefer's blog because he has a quality blog. His articles, he talks about things that a lot of people need to know and follow. So if I talk about it on here, it's because I want you guys to see it. Because you're welcome to go over and read it. I'm going to post it, post the link right now. You're welcome to go over and read it. It's not like I'm saying, well, okay, well, you're here. You can't go over there and read it.
No.
And I'm telling you about him. You should follow him.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, too. We bring you information from a lot of different sources who you may or may not know of. Right. So Terry said you can go follow them, or you can stick around here and we'll bring you the information, because there's a lot of people who don't know. Maybe we're following somebody and it's working for us. And we're like, hey, I think our audience will like this, because that's how you do it. It's the word of mouth.
Right. And then I'm thinking, because I'm always online, I'm in Facebook groups, I'm in Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and I'm looking at people saying, well, why isn't nobody following her? Nobody is sharing my posts, or on Anchor, nobody's listening to my podcast. I hear that all the time. Nobody is doing X, Y, Z. And I'm thinking, okay, this is why, because so-and-so said it, and here's their article. And there's articles out there, there's information out there telling you exactly what you need to know. There's no secret. It's there. You have to do the work of reading through it, or you can listen to this show, come to us, and Monday through Friday, and we're probably going to talk about it.
Yes.
We're probably going to get the answer there. So that's what I'm saying. It's people are trying to sell you a system or a set it and forget it marketing. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a guy that says Billy Marketing. Not that he's a shyster or anything. I'm just saying that's a system, and you can buy into it if you like. Nobody's saying it's wrong. It's just that there are many paths to success online.
And some of them don't need to be filled with thorns and bristles and a whole bunch of other crap that is not necessary. So here's the thing about BizChicks. We want to get you to your significant success, and we want to get you there in a straight line manner where there's not a lot of misunderstanding, and we don't want to have things so complicated that you're like, huh? And you got to keep paying to get the answers. Right. We want to get you information that you can use right now.
Exactly. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to talk about it later, but I'm starting to hear things online, especially with the Facebook privacy thing and all of these social media platforms talking about privacy, and people have that concern to where the systems that you may have bought into that was, lock and load, set and forget it, are broken because Facebook broke the API or they're changing their policy. And don't forget about the GDPR that's coming. That's going to break a lot of things. And also net neutrality. I've read today that the net neutrality safeguards that we thought were going to save net neutrality is gone. So it's going to come a time real soon when your ISP is going to change the way people access the internet.
Yep.
And that may affect your business. So this is the time for you to start doing everything that like I said, you put in the work, and with the garden, what seed you put in there, what fertilizer you put in there. So it's going to come up a tomato and not a lemon tree. You put the work in. But if you're relying on somebody else to help you carry the load, like I said, Facebook was helping you before, and they decided to stop, and now they're really in trouble. So everything is changing and breaking as far as the social media apps, as far as the government, and as far as net neutrality, and the internet as we know it now will change.
Maybe we can do a segment on that Friday, because
I wanted to, because I just read it today that I want to read some more.
And people may have been getting notifications. Here are our updated privacy policy. I've been getting them from everybody, because Facebook took the hit for everybody, but everybody else is like, oh, we need to change our stuff before they call us.
So it's a big thing that's happening. It's like the earth, they're turning the earth around, and like I said, the FCC was regulating the internet. They are no longer doing that. They moved that over to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. So that's a whole nother commission that does things differently. So that's why I'm saying get ready for the internet to operate differently from here on out. It may take a year or two, but it's going to operate differently.
That is why we told you.
Is regulating the ISPs to keep them from doing things to consumers, but that protection is gone.
That is why we are telling you to prepare for 2019 now. Don't wait. Mm-hmm. Don't wait. And so TJ is going to bring us information. Tune in on Friday for the Tech Diva Weekly, and because we're going to be talking tech and things that you need to know. That includes privacy, that includes security, that includes the new devices, net neutrality, all of that. If you want to get an understanding, we're going to lay it out in a manner in English, like Terry says. It's going to be in English, so you know exactly what's going on.
Right, because before there were no barriers. Well, hardly any barriers to doing business online and everything like that. But whoever, the powers that be, whoever, I don't have a name for them, decided that they didn't like what was going on, so they made changes to net neutrality. They made changes. They're making changes to privacy. All of this. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying it's time.
We're trying to inform you. Right. It's not a scary thing, but when you know something, it removes the fear.
Yes.
So if we bring you knowledge, you don't need to be scared.
Mm-hmm. You can plan when you know what's coming.
Yes.
We don't know exactly. And this, I don't want to get into it, but I'm just going to say that people are saying that the ISPs may not do anything, but that's not what they're a business. So they want profits. They have shareholders that want more money. So they're going to do the things to get them more money. Just think about your how you get your internet now, that there's tier packages.
Yeah.
That's so could be an option.
So just be ready. Bring your questions to, you might have read something, you heard something, you got something in the mail or email or something. Bring all that on Friday, because we're going to talk.
Yeah, bring it on Friday. We'll talk about it then.
Yeah.
We're running out of time now. I wish we could, but we're going over time.
So we want to definitely thank you so much for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere else. You could have been watching a different replay. You could have been anywhere, but we totally appreciate you and what you bring to the table. We want to hear more about you and what you do as well. So Barb, I am not a member of the Electronic Frontier Foundation. Is that like frontiernet.net is the Frontier company?
I'd like to know more, Barb.
Yeah, so Barb, maybe you can come on Friday and talk to us about that as well. Because I know some people, if it's the frontiers that we have here in our area, yeah, but a lot of people don't like them. So bring it.
I want to know more.
Yeah, I want to know more too. We'd like to know more. So thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow with Coach Karen in our Money Mindset Masterclass. Barb, yep, you definitely need to come and talk to us on Thursday. We will get you in a chair. I mean, Friday. On Friday, we will get you in a seat so we can talk, because we need to understand what is going on.
Yeah.
And you'll be part of the Tech Diva Weekly. Anyway, we will see you.
You can come on voice only too if you don't.
Yeah, if you don't want to do, we can work that out for you.
Yep.
So thank you, everybody. We will see you next Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, back on Monday for Coffee Thoughts. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.